Hi, I'm Andy Adams, editor of Canadian Yachting Magazine. I'm here at the 2014 Toronto International Boat Show. I have a special guest today. It's JF Rioux, who is the National Manager Marine for Yamaha Motor Canada. JF, welcome.
Hi Andy, thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. We've had a lot of excitement at the show, and Yamaha has done a number of new product introductions over the past year, but the excitement continues. Bring me up to date on where we start with all of this.
Good. Well, Yamaha is off a great momentum coming out of 2013, which was an exciting year for us, introducing our new 2.8-liter inline-4 platform. And this was a real success from the get-go. I mean, an award speaks for itself. We won the IBEX New Product Innovation Award, and as you know, it's one of the most prestigious awards that we can get in our industry. So we're very excited about that. The F200 was extremely well received among Canadians. And later in the season of that same platform, we brought in the first 150 horsepower worthy of the name VMAX SHO. So we relate to that as performance-oriented platform, so the F115. So now, to further expand on that, on this platform, we've introduced here at the International Boat Show the new F115. So off that same engine design, we're giving even more choices to the Canadian consumer to power their boat with obviously the best outboard they can get.
Well, and some big horsepower there too for the guys who've got the bass boats and the big pontoons.
Absolutely, yeah. I think one of the key of the success of this platform is the versatility of this engine, and by the way, we doubled our market share in the 200 horsepower category with this engine, just to give you the importance of it. It comes in various, different specifications, whether you want to electronically control, mechanically control, right and left and long, and you just basically get whatever you want. And then the VMAX SHO, like you pointed out, for the bass boater, or we see it also, on bow rider or any type of, performance hull. It's a great match. Yeah.
Now, the Canadian market has been pretty solid for you guys. You're kind of on the radar for head office, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Our marine product is rocking, like we would say internally. We had a great year in 2013. Our industry was off a double-digit growth from 2012. In 13, even though we saw a late spring in most of the areas in the country and erratic weather and so forth, the industry maintained itself. But in terms of Yamaha, we grew through the 2013 by 8% in terms of unit sales. But where it's most interesting is when we look at a specific category of 75 plus horsepower, we grew by a 25% in terms of unit sales. So that's significant, and that's really linked into our relation. We have many boat builders that we work with, and of course the new product that we continuously bring into the market and feed in the demand.
So here at the 2014 Toronto International Boat Show, there's been kind of an important first for the guys at Yamaha Motor Canada, and so tell us about what happened.
Yes, on the preview night, Friday, January the 10th, we had the honor to unveil a brand new outboard globally for the Yamaha brand. So, which, as you know now, is the new F115, a compact engine, more powerful than the previous F115 and the lightest in its class.
That's excellent, and that's a real honor, isn't it, to have, because Yamaha is international, it's a global organization. You sell engines all over the world, and they chose Canada and the Toronto Boat Show to launch this.
Absolutely. Well, Toronto Boat Show being the largest boat show in Canada and the kickoff of the 2014 season, if you'd like, the timing was great. And also, this category, Canadian has a real affinity for in that a range of horsepower, and it suits so many different boats, whether it is to power the growing demand of pontoon. We see it on bow rider, on smaller bass boat, inflatables, and of course the deep V aluminum fishing boat that we see across our freshwater lake is so popular. And when you think of all the F115 that is on the market, the repower potential for this is incredible. And we know that this new engine will bring a host of new features that will make it worthwhile for a consumer to come up and upgrade their engine.
There's something that maybe we should stop and talk about, because not all of our audience is necessarily going to be right up to date on the outboard motor world, and we should probably pause and step back a little bit and say this is a 4-stroke engine that's going to have very low emissions, really quiet idle, easy running. Tell us about the 4-stroke aspect of this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the number speaks for themselves, Adam. Like if we pull into data from the NMMA, we know that more than 8 out of 10 consumer in Canada buys a 4-stroke. Of course, you know, environmentally friendly, better fuel consumption. Like if we compare that to the old days of carburetor 2-stroke, you will see roughly a 30% improvement. So that's significant. So if you folks have an old 2-stroke on your transom, I mean, it's an investment just to repower with 4-stroke. The other thing that made this technology so popular is, you know, their running characteristic. It is such a smooth running engine. It's quiet, no odors, no smoke, and the F115 won't disappoint, because knowing that we've put a lot of effort into that engine to make it even better running in terms of smoothness and to reduce the noise also as well.
Because you were saying how versatile that engine will be in the repower market, and for guys who've got a boat that's a little bit older and maybe has some old technology, this could really change that boat, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And the good thing about it is, once upon a time, there was a misconception that 4-stroke was heavy and, you know, couldn't repower a 2-stroke. The technology has evolved so tremendously now that, you know, we're right there with 4-stroke of today's compared to 2-stroke of the past, so that's not an issue.
Really opens up a door for a lot of boaters to move up to a much better engine, much better technology. This has really been great, JF. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you very much, Adam.